Hatha Yoga, to those of you who are new, we have another distinction from London, originally from Calcutta. He's a psychiatrist. He's studied at both Oxford and Cambridge and practiced in both Germany and England and in India as well. He's very widely traveled, very knowledgeable in all facets of what I suppose we would call New Age consciousness, of the spiritual, of the psychological, of the emotional, of the whole, which is what we're talking about here tonight with Sahaja Yoga, the whole, the totality. So here to introduce Mother, Dr. Ruston.
Good evening. I'm not sure how many of you have come for the first time today. If you could let me know, it would be a big help. Okay. I hope you don't mind if I sit down. Easier. I imagine that most of you are here for the simple reason that most of you are seeking some sort of meaning in existence. Otherwise, I imagine that you wouldn't have bothered to come this far. Now, you see, the essence of the universe is evolution. And the whole of creation has been evolved to reach a point where first the material groundwork is established, then the living physical groundwork is established, then the needs of sustenance are established, the needs of sustenance being the capacity to find one's food, to keep oneself warm, to be able to survive in all sorts of situations. Now, as you know, man is the most versatile example of this. He is the only biological species that is capable of surviving in almost every extreme that this world offers us. Now, you see, to do that, man has had to be given an intellect and an ego. Now, all this having been established, the next phase comes when man is given the consciousness to begin to question, why are we here? And lots of answers have come out of this. From the idea that it is purely random, just chance. But all questions sort of flounder, and all answers flounder at the question as to the beginning of all this. Where does matter come from? Where does consciousness come from? Where does existence begin? You see, and certainly the greatest scientists have always been, at the end, mystics. Newton was, Einstein was, Sherrington, the great physiologist, was, because they are the people who pushed back the frontiers of knowledge to the limits of logic and realized that beyond these limits there is something which cannot be reached. Now, if you go one stage further and do various calculations of probability, you can find out that for man to have been organized on a random basis in the time given to us is impossible. That we required a time scale far, far vaster than the time scale that has taken place between the emergence of the amoeba, if you like, and the emergence of man. So it seems as if it has not been, in fact, random, but rather that a force has been pushing. Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi. But there was a time when people knew things from instinct and knew things from within. And at that time, people were aware that man was created in the image of the macrocosm, if you like, of the cosmic man. This is an idea that has been prevalent in all the major cultures of the world. Now, we have to seek this cosmic man within us, and we have to seek this divine ground plan as it is established within us. Because if one is a scientist, and one can find that we cannot explain existence or creation without invoking some sort of consciousness that presupposes it and that has guided it. Now, most of the great mystics and most of the great seers of the past have said that this consciousness is also present in all mankind. So it is a question of awakening it and coming to terms with it. Now, the exact details of this consciousness I will leave to Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi to describe to you, because she is more expert in this than almost any of us. But the main purpose of my introduction is to let you see, if you like, the background which would make you accept that such a thing does exist, and it would make you search for it. The final experience also you will get at the end of this program, and from this you can judge whether what we have said has in fact got any significance or meaning. Stay.
Stand up here. You want me to sit down?
As you wish.
Yeah, we just
Would you like to stand?
So you have क्या बताया तुमने ऐसा?
I said that if you are a scientist, you know that...
Scientific?
Yes, scientific introduction, that if you are a scientist, you know that there is something that precedes the creation of the universe, that it hasn't happened at random. What is this thing? You must seek it.
America is a country which has attracted many people to come down to talk about spirit, about God, about new consciousness, new awareness, and all those things that you have heard about. I'm sure you must be fed up with that. Everybody has been talking so much that you have been targeted, somehow I feel, since long, of the speech making of all these great people who try to bring you to something very dynamic, something great. And I felt that I should give you some pause before I start telling you about it, that you cannot talk about it. You cannot brainwash people. It's not a mental projection by which you can achieve God. This is a very simple thing we have to understand, that if anything has to happen to us, as all of them have been talking, and me too, it should be something that is living. It has to be a living process. Evolution has been a living process. It's not a dead process of thinking. This is very difficult for human beings to understand, that we became human beings from a monkey stage or from amoeba stage without thinking about it or planning about it. We just became. And that becoming was spontaneous, was a living thing. Once we understand this simple thing, then the whole thing becomes very simple, because all the living things that happen are extremely simple to look at. They may not be, but to look at, they are extremely simple. This understanding has to come to us. For example, if you want to sprout a seed, What do? You just put it in the Mother Earth and it sprouts. The scientists only know this, that if you take a seed and put it in the Mother Earth, then it sprouts. That's the knowledge they have. But it's much more. Can we do it? Is the Mother Earth can do it? Do we have the capacity of the Mother Earth? How does she do it? And how is it that small little seed has all the maps of all the trees it is going to be? The scientists cannot answer any one of these questions because this is not the knowledge. This is what is apparent. It's there. There's nothing that is not there that they can tell you. So these great gurus have come on this earth to tell you about something great and unknown, something from the heavens. And you people who are so scientific-minded got very much impressed. Supposing they were naive, uneducated, couldn't speak your language, then they were the best, because you thought it was an antidote to your mad thinking. Then there are some who came and give you some sort of a brainwashing. You thought this was the path. But there must be something about you, the Americans, the way these people came to you. There must be some reason. The reason is that they knew there were real seekers in this country who are just waiting to get to reality. They were aware of it. And that's how they came to this country. From India, America is the farthest end, I tell you. If you travel by ship, it takes a month. It takes at least 30 days or 28 days, something like that, minimum of minimum, and sometimes can be months. So why is it of all the things they came to America was the reason that they knew there are seekers and they may be able to sell their knowledge in this rich country. This was the great attraction that they had. And still, Americans never realized why these people were coming to us and telling us about these things, emptying our pockets, filling up their own bank balances. Because you are scientific-minded. And here it is that you feel that if it is spiritual, science fails. And you never used your brains to reach any logical conclusion. What is to be expected as a seeking and as the goal of the seeking. Logically we must reach the point where you should know what you have to seek and who can guide you. Without that, headlong you went into it. I know the frustrations and the disappointments. Now logically, let us come to the point. First and foremost thing, as I told you, that if it is an evolutionary process we are awaiting, then it has to be spontaneous. It has to be a living process by some living force. This is first conclusion we all should reach before giving up all the scientific attitude. Second conclusion we should come to, that the living process cannot be achieved through human effort. which is difficult to accept, but it's a fact. So there has to be some supreme power, we may call it a divine power, God's power, to do it. This is the second conclusion you must reach. If you are honest about it, you must accept it that yes, living processes are done by living power. We cannot transform one flower into a fruit. Let's accept that. Billions and billions of them are every moment transformed. Who does that? Is there any power beyond that does it? That's the power we have to seek. Third conclusion should be, we should seek that power which is doing the living work. Fourth conclusion should be that evolutionary process, if it has to happen to us, you cannot pay for it either. You cannot pay for it. That's one thing one must know, that you cannot pay for your evolution. Try to pay any amount to a monkey, can he become a human being? Money-oriented people cannot understand this. They cannot. But simple Indians will know. They will reject an idea that they have to pay for their self-realization. Impossible. How can you pay for it? These must be parasites who have come here to take your money and live on that. This is a sign of a parasite who earns money and lives on other people's money. I call it opium. They are dealing in opium these days. You cannot pay for it and you cannot take money for it. It's insulting. Actually, I came in 1973 in this country. That time you were much more affluent, I think, and much more money-oriented. And the head was swollen like this with your money. You wouldn't listen to me. That time you wouldn't listen to me. I can tell you this much. Oh, of course, I had halls filled and all that. But they gave me a very wise advice. That, mother, unless and until you charge Americans, they are not going to look at you. I said, thank you very much. Those who can pay for it cannot get it. And this they could not understand. I had such funny experiences that I was amazed that people are so naive. They do not know, and what are they going to go in for? They are so naive about the knowledge, the real knowledge, the knowledge of the roots. So this is the conclusion one has to reach. Now there are people who must have already paid to so many. I mean, mostly I get people who are bankrupt out of these people. Doesn't matter. Forget it. Don't condemn yourself for that, or don't reject me for that. It's all right. Nobody likes to feel that we have been befooled. No. You are naive and they are too cunning. If somebody says something, must you believe that person? Like somebody told me that he claims to be Christ. I said, all right. Ask him to walk on the water. Finished. Hardly 2 minutes you'll take to find out whether he's Christ or not. Then there's another one who says that you can fly. He's taking 6,000 rupees to make you fly. Now think of it. And it is you who have been paying this man for flying. Ask him to fly himself once. Why not put him on the Leaning Tower of Pisa? What are you going to use that one? Better use it. Put him down there. Let's see how far he can go. At least that will end another nonsense. It's a serious matter also to understand that you are helping satanic people with your money. Is this money earned by bad means that it should go to such horrible things? Money itself has some auspiciousness about it. You have made all these satanic people prosper to this extent that some of them have got so much money that it can be used for the development of the whole third world. I understand that you people are very sensitive. But what about sensitivity to reality? So the last and the topmost logical conclusion should be that we have to be honest to ourselves. Till we have found out the reality, we are not going to believe into anyone. If it is there, it should be evident. Some of them are going through a phenomena called as punishment of Shahapesh. I don't know if you know that. But the punishment Shahapesh is such that of this fellow Shahapesh tried to cheat people, and he went and cheated also the king. And he said, I'm a big architect and I'll build a big and very big palace for you. And the king, poor king that time, he believed in him, he gave him a lot of money, he said, all right, please go and build the palace for me. After a year or so, when he went to the site, Shahapesh said, yes, see, I've made the great palace for you. See, here is your court, and here you are going to sit. There was nothing. It was all wilderness. You are going to sit on this throne, and here people are going to come and bow to it. So you should see how I have done the whole job. And the king started thinking, am I mad or this fellow is mad? Immediately he realized this was the trick. He said, very good, you have done a very good job. That's the best job that anybody can do. But I must give you a present. Very instant present, because I can't wait any longer. I must give you a present. He said, I would request you to come and sit on this throne. So very nicely, Mr. Shahapesh walked up to the throne, and so-called throne, and sat down. He said, now keep sitting there. He took the pose as if he was sitting. And imagine a person made to sit like that. This is called as punishment of Shahapesh. And that is the punishment people are going into. They are hanging in the air. They don't know what to do. Once you have paid for even the worst film, you want to go through it because you have paid for it. And that's what they are doing. We have paid for it, better go through it. This is done under a cover, and people very little know they are going towards hell, towards diseases which are incurable. Towards horrible experiences that they are going to have. They are going to lose all their personality, their families, anything that is normal they are not going to have. They are going to become abnormal people, ending into lunatic asylum maybe, if not in the hell. It is sad. It's very sad that great saints should be born in this country and should be allured by people who are telling them all falsehood, that they should not have sensitivity to reality. It's a very sad thing. This attack started long time back and has been again and again. Waves after waves have been coming to this country. This country plays a very important role in the spiritual evolution of man as a whole. Nobody has told you what you are, where you stand in the whole cosmos, and what is your position in this cosmos, and what role you have to play. Because they never knew about it, perhaps, or perhaps they never wanted you to know about it. So when I come now, what I find? The people who are to be adorned as saints, to be invited in the kingdom of God, are in the wretchedest conditions. They are so conditioned, some of them are, that you cannot talk to them. If they are not conditioned, they are in such a miserable state that you cannot do anything about them. And even if they want to listen to you, it's difficult to give them realization. This is the situation, believe me. But I have a duty towards the seekers. And the duty is, first of all, to tell you that spirit is within you. Whatever you might have done, whatever mistakes you might have committed, the spirit exists unharmed. The only thing that has been harmed is your central path of ascent. That has to be corrected. That must be treated with great care. And if somehow or other you can put it in a condition that is sufficient to raise the Kundalini, you can manage the show. So if it is a living process, what should happen to you? Also that should be clear-cut before us. What should happen to us when we are seeking, and what should we achieve? What has happened to us in evolution? What is the difference between us and animals? In general, it is one. That is, our awareness is very different from theirs, of a higher awareness. We have a subtler awareness. Like we have awareness of the filth, the dirt, the color. Animals don't have. There are many other things, but for example, I'm saying. So something has to happen in your awareness. Your awareness has to become something else. And what should it be? Should it be that you suddenly start jumping? In my program, we had some people once, very embarrassing. But they suddenly started jumping towards me. I said, what's the problem? They have been to some guru who taught them how to jump. And one of them would not sit on the ground. I said, why don't you sit down? It would be a nice idea to sit on the ground. He said, no. Because then I start jumping like a frog. I said, jumping like a frog? Why? My guru told me that my Kundalini is awakened. I said, really? What makes you think that your Kundalini is awakened? Because I jump like a frog? I said, now after evolution, are you going to become a frog or an earthworm? What are you going to become? Can you imagine? This is very prevalent and absolutely accepted that you become an abnormal person if you have to get realization. You have to be absolutely normal to be a realizer. Such people lead absolutely normal lives if you see them. Take great people like Kabira, take great people like Nanaka, Christ, Rama, Krishna, any one of them. They were absolutely normal people. There's one guru who worships his wife like a mother. It's absurd, it's untraditional. is never done in the whole history of humankind, leave alone India. All sorts of funny things they are doing, standing on their heads. Are we now going to walk on our heads? We must know that we have to be first normal people. And the ascent, if it has to be in our awareness, within ourselves, not outside. We are not going to grow now horns. This is a simple thing which people cannot understand. And they start doing all kinds of abnormal things. This is not reasoning. This is not logic. So, we come to a point where we think of our awareness. What should happen to our awareness? That you become the master. You become the master of your awareness. I'll give an example how you will know what is a master is. Say there's a car, it has got an accelerator and a brake. So when you are trying to learn driving, first you try the accelerator, then the brake, and then this, and make all mistakes. I don't know how many people you kill and hurt yourself. After breaking 10 cars or maybe 20 cars, you ultimately become a driver. All right, doesn't matter, makes no difference, but you are a driver now. So you start driving. You are a driver, you get a certificate as a driver. With all the errors you have committed, doesn't matter. But still you are not the master. The master is sitting behind. He is still watching you. He is still looking at you. When you become the spirit, you become the master. That means you start watching yourself, and the brake, and the accelerator, and the car. You are no more involved into it. You are a witness. But you know everything that you are doing. Suddenly you start jumping, and you say, I have no control over it. You have a complete control. To begin with, as a driver only you should have. But as a master, you should even control the driver with it. So in your awareness, you must have the complete control over yourself. Whatever is uncontrolled is funny. Could be that you are playing into the hands of something else. To understand this on Kundalini, I would like to tell you about the awareness of human beings. Now, as far as I am concerned, I would request you that you should not accept me blindfolded. Blind people are no good for something that we are going to do. But you should not also be closed people or should not have barriers against me. Like scientists, they put up a hypothesis. Take it as a hypothesis with an open mind, and once it is proved, then you must accept it. With that understanding, let us move now to see what I have to say about our awareness. This is the picture of the tree of life within us. On the left-hand side, the blue line you see is the line that's in the Sanskrit language is called as Ida Nadi, is the subtle channel of our desire. The power of desire flows through it. On the right-hand side, we have another channel. Is the channel of action, the power of action flows through it. These two left and right side channels within us, the subtle channels, manifest outside in the gross as left and right sympathetic nervous system. In the center that you see are the 7 subtle centers which give rise or manifest in the gross. These are the subtle centers in the gross to the plexuses of which we know of in the medical science. Now the central part, as you can see, has a gap in between. And the development of our parasympathetic nervous system is the achievement of our evolution. Actually, whatever is in the central nervous system is reflecting whatever we have achieved in our ascent. Whatever is not in the central nervous system is not there, but could be. There are subtler sensitivities which are not yet manifested, so we should keep ourselves open to it. Now the psychological side of it, or the deeper side of it, on the left-hand side. The left-hand side one is the psyche which Mr. Freud talked of. He was another half-baked attacker. Because he just saw you as a sex point. Imagine, he didn't have eyes even to see human beings as they are. He could not think they were sublime people. They were not just sex points. Even animals are not. How can human beings be? So he reduced you to sex points and people accepted it. When it's surprising how you could accept a person like Freud, blindfolded. He himself was a horrible person. He had bad relations with his own mother, most abnormal thing to do. I mean, in India, nobody can think of such a thing. Where there are normal people, I think, they are not so much mentally equipped to devise such unusual things like having bad relations with the mother. This is only a special quality of mentally very clever people to do such smart things. Poor simple Indians can't think of such nonsense as that. And this is what this person talked of, because he had that generalized. Most of the psychologists, with all due respect to our person who introduced you, see, he is a psychiatrist, so I'm sorry for it. But most of them deal with abnormal cases or pathological cases and generalize it. Can you imagine? How can you generalize a pathological case? That's not a general thing. Moreover, they are attacked by the patients who come to them and they become like that. These fellows suffered with cancer, died with cancer, but he is the leader of so many people. He has sophisticated ways. I don't know what sophisticated ways of bathrooms he has got. This is the level we came to, so such ridiculous ways. By the guidance of this great man who came on this earth. Thank God I went to Austria, and when I talked against him, they were all very happy about it, because they thought it was a blot on their name, that he worked in Austria. So this is what it is, the psyche, which of course his knowledge was, I have told you already. He knew only about one center down below there. So this psyche of yours actually works out all your conditioning and all your past, all your subconscious. Beyond this is the collective subconscious. First, the present subconscious, then the subconscious, and then the collective subconscious, means all that is dead resides in that part. On the right hand side is the power of action, which we use for physical and mental efforts. Caters for our future. You see, for the people who are futuristic, you see, they are never in the present. They are futuristic. To such an extent, I met somebody who was sick. He had forgotten his name, he has forgotten his father's name. But when he said he had forgotten his wife's name, the wife started crying. She couldn't believe it. She said, I don't know even that. So the futuristic people who die are in the collective supraconscious beyond that. Ambitious, the futuristic, the planning type. For example, Hitler must be somewhere there. So this is the other side we have. Then down below we can say is the hell. And on top of our head, here, is the super consciousness which we have to achieve, where you become the master. With LSD, people see colors. They can see auras. I mean, so many people who take LSD have never seen me. They have always seen light. Imagine. They can never see my body. They only see the light. They can't see in the present. They see something that is in the future. All such experiences take place when you cross this limit and go to the supraconscious area. Like seeing the light, seeing the cross, seeing some sort of a aura or other things, means these are the causal of the elements. To see the causal of the elements is the supraconscious entry. Then the other side is, as I told you, caters for your past, is your emotional side. And these people see ghosts, the dead. They are the ones who do parapsychology, ESP, EST, all kinds of things which we accept as scientific. These are all done through the possession of dead spirits. Cancer is caused by the left side activity of people, in the sense the left side triggers it. Recently I saw a very wonderful program of BBC. I, being a normal person, though I'm supposed to be a saint, I see all BBC programs and such which are interesting. In that they showed some doctors that the cancer, though the situation for cancer is created by overactivity of a person maybe, but it is triggered by the attack by some proteins which they call as protein 58, protein 52. Of course, poor doctors don't know what it is, so they call it 52, 58, whatever you may call them, but they are nothing but spirits, dead spirits. And they trigger the happening of cancer. Mellitus and all such diseases which cannot be cured by doctors because they just deal with the right side, with the physical side of man. They cannot cure it. They may have to cut your nose or cut this part and cut that part. That's how they think they are curing cancer, by cutting you part by part. But the problem is that your attention has gone on to the left hand side too much, and it has been triggered by these attacks. Be careful about this parapsychology, I tell you. It's most surprising that these parapsychologists, 4 of them, not parapsychologists I should say, but must be something to do with them, came to India to see me and asked me to help them how to fly. Just imagine. I said, who told you that I teach all this nonsense to people to fly? You are not going to become birds now. No, they said, we want to remove our body from this and go to moon and go everywhere. But I said, why do you want to do it? He said, because Russians are doing it. In competition with them, you see. They are going into the dead, why not we go? I said, Russians are doing it, are you sure? He said, yes. I said, but I warn you that if you do all this, you will be possessed. And you will lose all your so-called freedom. They said, doesn't matter, but we want to do it. Despite that. And there were scientists and something big in the government. I don't know that time. It was 1970 I'm telling you about. But I said, why? What is the need? You want to be enslaved? Yes, we want to do it. But then I asked him one question, who told you to come to me for this? He said, there's one fellow called Patanjali, who is a journalist, who told me. I said, this Patanjali has told you? I'm surprised, because he is the one whom I have cured of this trouble, and he is telling you to take this trouble onto you. I can cure you, I cannot put the disease into you. This is the situation of the people who are so ego-oriented that they do not want to go to hell even if they want to satisfy their ego. Now, what is happening to Russians? Parapsychology will finish them. But what about Americans? That may also affect you. First thing you'll get is cancer, multiple sclerosis. All such diseases you will get which are caused by the triggering by the proteins which are named as protein 58 and 52 and 56. That's all they have found out, but I know at least thousands of them. As it is, at least Russians don't have these horrible satanic gurus there. Thank God for that. At least they will be safe. As it is, you are attacked. On top of that, you have got scientists dealing with parapsychology. They don't know why it happens, how it happens. If you don't know how it happens, better not do it. That's a simple way of doing it. Whatever is unknown is not divine. We can't hear with this ear every frequency of the sound, do we? You know that. Whatever is needed, we know, we hear it. Whatever is not needed, we don't hear it. So, whatever is unknown, if that happens to you, why must you accept it, blindfolded, without finding it what it is? So this is the left-sided hypnotism, which is very much used even in medical science. They use this for curing people. And curing has become sort of a big problem with human beings, perhaps. What do you do by curing? You just cure the physical body. That's all. But you are not only the physical body. You are also the mental body and the emotional body and the spiritual being. I get wrestlers coming to me saying, "Mother, give me peace." They have such healthy bodies that, if they slap someone, the person will never get up. But they have no peace. They have no joy. They have no spirit. So the physical being, if it is all right, that's not the end of it. If you are emotionally also sort of, oh, I'm in love with somebody, all sorts of these romantic ideas that people have, of course, within 1 month they go for a divorce case. All these great romantic ideas that we work out, also Freudian sophisticated methods of emotional indulgences, all they end up into another type of calamities which we call as lunacy. There also what happens is when we start doing too much of it, we enter into that area which is called as the collective subconscious. There are so many ways by which you can go to that area called as collective subconscious. In the collective subconscious, there are lots of busybodies just waiting to take over from you. Like a person praying, "Oh God, when will I see you? What should I do?" They weep and cry and this and that. There's no connection. For example, there is no connection on the telephone and you go on shouting, "Oh God, when will I meet you?" You'll never meet, no question. The telephone will go out of order, no doubt. Better get connected. It's a practical thing to understand that are you connected with yourself? Like many politicians stand up and say, "I believe." I said, which part of you is believing? You believe into something means what? What are you doing to believe? Is that your ego? Or your superego, which you can see as a byproduct of these two? One, the superego on the left and the ego on the right, moves, process itself and forms these two balloons which cover our head, and once it is calcified, we develop this I-ness. We become Mr. X, Mr. Y. This I-ness is specially given to us. Like an egg we become. And this egg has to become the bird. In Sanskrit language, a realized soul is called as Dvijaha, twice born. And also a bird is called as Dvijaha. Like a bird which is like an egg becomes like a bird, in the same way a realized soul is like an egg and becomes a bird, a free person. When this happens, then you are transformed into this new awareness of your spirit. And the spirit within you, what does it do? What is it? It is the collective being that is residing in your heart. You become the collective being. It's no brainwashing, you become. That means you start feeling others within yourself. Muhammad Sahib has clearly said, at the time of resurrection your hands will speak. But Muslims never talk of resurrection time, they talk of doom. He's talked more of resurrection, they'll talk only of doom. Your hands will speak. Everybody has indicated to this happening. Thousands of years back, a very, I should say the apostle, or we can say the man who started astrology, Bhrigu, wrote a book called Nadi Granth, which is being translated and now being sort of revised about 300 years back, clearly said what will happen to people when they will come to this time. Even this 300-year-old book, which has depicted in modern terminology, said that 1970 this work will start, where people will start getting their transformation through Kundalini awakening. And that is what we have to expect to happen to us, that we become, again I say, become the collective being. Jung had said it, not before he was realized. He got his realization, he talked of it. That people have to become collective beings. Now becoming is very different from the rest of it. Like you cannot pay for it, as I said it. You cannot be member, I am a collective being. Or I have also known people who certify themselves, I am twice born. I said, how? I faced them, 5 of them attacked me once in Australia. We are all twice born. I said, all right, sit down, sit down. What is the meaning of twice born? What should happen? First of all, you become the collective being. You should be able to tell what's wrong with you. First of all, if there is no light, there's no light outside. What centers are catching? You should be able to tell what centers are catching in another person, just on the hand. Even small children who are born realized, there are many in America who are born realized. In the house where I am living, there are 4 children. All of them are one better than the other. Great people are born. Great saints are taking birth. They all know about Kundalini. And they talk in such a manner that people should listen to them before going to these false gurus. They said, how can you have course in Kundalini awakening? They said, how can you pay for it? These little children, hardly of any age, they know better. They have better wisdom about it. So, you become the collective being. That means your awareness. That means your conscious mind. That means your central nervous system starts feeling the existence of the spirit within you. As you can feel this, you can feel the all-pervading power of God, which is called as the breeze of the Holy Ghost, as the Chaitanya Lahari is called as the Ruh. It has many names in all the scriptures which we have forgotten. And this is what should happen to you, that you should become a collective being. Once this happens, as the ships are fourth hand or fifth hand. My husband had to deal with ships very much. And when the French, I gave them realization, they used to appear every week. He asked them, what's the matter? She has given you already realization. What are you doing here? They said, sir, if you know of fifth hand ships, what do you do? He said, we scrap them. He said, but we do not want to be scrapped by mother, so we have to come for repairs again and again. That's what it is. That, it doesn't stay there, it falls off. I have seen the Kundalini has suffered so much by your ego probing. Some of the people have a Kundalini which is so wounded, which is full of condition, that one can only pity it. I mean, you just can't imagine what kind of a Kundalini people have. It just tosses its head on all the sides. It cannot come up. And even by force, if you raise it, it just falls down helplessly. She is your mother. Not the mother that Freud talked of, but the mother who is a virgin, whose chastity is the most important part you have got. And the center down below is the center where the deity resides of innocence, of your innocence. Whatever is remaining there is there, which is looking after the chastity of this Kundalini, your mother. Anybody who tells you that through sex you can go to God, believe him not. Sex does not play part in evolution anywhere. Any scientist can tell you that is the seeking. The seeking starts in the stomach. First you seek food. Then when you become human beings, you start seeking power, money, love, ultimately God. It's through seeking that you rise and not through sex. Because the center, which is very important of course in the human beings, is the center of innocence, is placed below the Kundalini who guards the chastity of the mother that resides there. How can you believe such a thing when you have known a person like Christ, who said that it is said that thou shalt not commit adultery, I say thou shalt not have adulterous eyes. Purity of that level, because he himself resides higher there at this point. He is the one who resided at that point first of all, and now when he comes on this earth he resides at that point where the coptic chiasma is. He controls the pituitary and the pineal, which ultimately controls the ego and superego. When the Kundalini rises and she awakens this center, which is the most important center, I would say, then it sucks in the ego and superego and breaks the shell here, and you start feeling the cool breeze coming out of your head. This you cannot do. This is the living process that you cannot do. And you get your realization which is a true realization, a true baptism. It is not like somebody coming, all right, I baptize you, putting some water over your head and you believe, oh, I am baptized. It's a true happening, it's a living happening that takes place within you. And that once happens, then only you are just realized. But we don't call such a person a Sahajogi, because you must know all about it. Of course, free of cost. You can't pay for it. Everything you must know about it fully. All the technique. Yoga also means Kaushalam, means the technique of the divine laws. You must know all about the divine laws, and you should be able to raise the Kundalini. You should be able to give realization. It is you whose powers are important. It makes no difference to me. If I say I am a guru, I am such and such, so what? Unless and until you get your powers, What's the use of all this? You have to get your powers. And that is what is the criteria of Sahaja Yoga. This should happen to all of you today. It can happen. Because I know you are seekers of very great quality. But one thing which is a barrier in the West, which might have come from these great psychologists, I think. The barrier is that you feel guilty. Please don't feel guilty. They will feel guilty for anything in the West, while Indians, even if they have looted you, they will not feel. They are like hippopotamus. They'll take away all your money, make a fool out of you, and they are least ashamed of themselves. It takes nothing for an Indian to tell lies. Take it from me. I'm also an Indian, so be careful. Unless and until our politicians tell 1,000 lies, they are not qualified to be politicians. Every day. So, we are experts in all that. As we have great saints and great people, we have the other extreme also. All the great devils were born in that country, and the greatest saints and the greatest seers, the greatest people of the world were born in that country. It always happens in a country where there are great saints, the devils also get their birth. But they all had to escape to come here. And the tragedy is that they are bringing all inauspiciousness to your country, and you are in for trouble. I must say you are in for trouble. Nature is going to take the respite. Be careful about these people. Your government should understand something about these people, how inauspicious they are, what kind of devils they were, and what they are capable of. Because if the attention of God recedes from this country, God save you. You are more dangerously placed than Russia is. I am not afraid of atomic bombs. That may never function. But these things will work out horrible things for you here. So be careful. They are too subtle for your understanding because you do not have the knowledge of the roots. Actually, you are broken from your roots by various things like psychologists, like unholy trinities who came in your music, in your architecture, in everything. They somehow or other attacked you, removed you from the roots which sustain you. And now, once you are removed from there, they are going to destroy you. So be careful about it. You have to know about your roots. With full assiduity, you must learn about it. This knowledge is not possible before realization, I am sorry to say. This whatever I have talked to you is just talk. Unless and until you are realized, you cannot enter into your roots to find out what you are. So all this talk will remain talk, a very superficial talk. You must all get realization. That's a very important thing. The connection must be established. I wish I could do it without any lectures, because I've been lecturing and lecturing. But you are so much used to it that you won't take to realization unless and until I talk. That's why I have to talk out of compulsion of your habits. But that has of no use. You have to get your realization, you have to become that, and you have to feel yourself. And you have to know that you are the spirit. You are Satchidanand. You are the truth. You are the attention that is enlightened. You are the joy. This you have to get within you. It has to happen in your awareness. May God bless you all. I would like to have questions from you, but relevant. Now don't ask me about gurus, because you see, I don't mind. I'm not afraid of them at all. I can tell you about all of them, who they were in their previous lives. I told them in 1970, you see, and everybody got a fright. They said they will come with a pistol to kill me. I said, let them try. They never filed any suit against me. I openly told them what kind of devils they have been. Nobody. So that's not the point, but why waste energy on them? Better ask something about self-realization, about something that is concrete. It is a waste of time to talk about these nonsensical things. Yeah?
Last time I came to see you at the other church, you gave a demonstration of, I guess, Sahaja Yoga, in which I felt the coolness
You felt?
on my hand.
Yes.
I thought you would do the same thing this evening.
You want it? All right, I'll do for all of them. That's good. Yes, he felt it so good. It's a certificate. It's a good thing. Yes.
How does one attain realization if it becomes, you said it comes spontaneously
Yes.
and without any effort?
Without any effort. It's true. But there is no word, you see, so we say give. But actually it's not given, it just happens. Or you can say that it is like, you have to just put your hands towards me like this and it happens. It's absolutely effortless. Only thing, you have to little bit unwind yourself with your effort. Little bit, not much, little bit. And then it works out. It's very simple. Let's say in India, in the villages, thousands of people get like that. I'm assured. This should happen in this country also. If you have some number of people realized, then it will happen in this country also. It will click with thousands. That's...
I mean, I still don't understand how you...
No, I will tell you what is to be done, all right? We'll keep it for the procedure. I'll tell you, it's very simple. Nothing has to be done. I'll never ask you to stand on your heads. I'll have some water. Yes. So you didn't go?
No.
Good, I'm happy. Thank you. How are you now? All right? May God bless you. Any other question, please? Is there any question? No? Good?
Do you happen to have any publications of your own?
Yes, we have, my child. We have.
Do you have it with you?
Yes, we have. But you see, we don't give it to people who haven't got realization. I'm sorry. Because once you give them, they again start, you see, reading it. You see, that's why. It is for you to know about the divine laws. But unless and until you are realized, you cannot understand. So no use telling people about it. You see, so we don't give it to people who are not realized. We have publications, no doubt.
I meant your own writings. Do you have a book published with your own writings?
Is it? Which one is that? It's a news.
You have a book, your own book, which is published with your writings.
Is there?
I'm asking. I'm asking. No.
If you wrote like an autobiography, I guess.
What is it?
No.
She wants to know, Mother, if you have published a book that you...
No, not me. That's true. Oh, I see. I'm sorry. I
It's easier
didn't.
for me to read and listen.
Yes, but it's even easier to get realization. For you especially, I say. It would be easier to get realization. All right. The book is, I've never written any book so far. I will write. I hope so. I tried to write something and they said it's all going over our heads, you see. So I'm so naive, I don't know how to really write very well, very flowery English. I mean, this is the first time in my life I've learnt English language a little bit. Still they say it goes over heads, so I said, now wait till their heads grow a little more. Yes.
Well, I have been struggling expressing myself in painting. And I am taking a course at a painting school.
Course of?
Drawing and painting in school, okay? And I sit in class and everybody is trying to do something that will please the teacher, right? And there are two kinds of students. One that will try to go off by themselves and almost fight the other group. You know, I'm one of them. But I can't seem to get the power that I feel. I can't. It doesn't seem to go through in actualization.
See, before realization, we live in the world of relativity. Whether we try to express it individually or collectively or in any way, we live in the world of relativity. Say the paintings are, now for example, you won't be able to say who is the person who is the realized soul who has done this particular painting. You cannot say. I mean, we have in abstract and also in realistic or say impressionistic, in any forms, we have people who have been realized souls and who have painted. Not only that, but we have also in music and in all kinds of arts, we have two types of people, one who were realized souls, one were not. Of course, the fake you forget. Now, for example, I'll say that Michelangelo was a realized soul. Now, if I say that, what should happen? If you place your hands towards his paintings, you get the vibrations. That's what is keeping the Vatican aloft. Otherwise, there's every reason for the Vatican to fall down. It's the blessings of Michelangelo. Like Mozart, he was a realized soul. So there are realized souls and there are unrealized souls. Now about this, how will you decide unless until you have got realization? The realized soul, if you put the hand towards the person, whether he was realized or not, you start feeling the cool breeze. Even if the person is dead, even if the person is not there, you can feel it. Once we felt the vibrations of Nixon, long time back. And one of the surgeons said that he's in trouble. I said, really? See the vibrations. And he was later on. So the diagnosis of a person comes to you even when he is living or not living, makes no difference. So first you must get your realization. Then you go to the absolute. Then there is no relative world. Even in politics, you'll be amazed. Like we can say, all the politics that has come, like communism or democracy or anything, all these have come as different things. We see they are opposites, but they are not. See now, I will say I'm the greatest capitalist ever born because I have all the powers within myself, all right? But I'm the greatest communist also because I can't live with them. I have to share. The whole politics takes a new turn after realization. You have to share it. If you don't share it, you cannot enjoy your realization. It's not individualistic. So the ascent is individualistic, but giving is collective. So that's how your politics, which you look so absurd, becomes reality. Because there is no life in it. There's no spirit. In all this politics, there's no spirit. When the spirit comes in, everything looks the same. There's no difference at all. For all practical purposes, I must be an insane woman. Because I have a very good family, and a very good husband, and grandchildren, and we live very luxuriously. I mean, for all practical purposes, I should not be here. Doing this work, traveling like mad. But I can't enjoy any luxuries, anything. I have to give. Yes?
I have a question which you may have asked late this evening, and I know very little of you. And my question is that...
I can't follow.
Can you hear me?
No. Can you speak loudly? Can you come here? And just tell me. Yeah.
Just speak loudly and Patrick will tell her when.
Oh, all right.
Uh-huh.
I thought I spoke too loud.
Yes, you speak loudly. It's good.
All right. My question is, in realization, or in various levels of realization, if there are such, could one be so, or does one become so sensitive to the consciousnesses of other beings, of all kinds, that becomes, when so sensitive, that could become a problem. You understand?
Yes, I understand. It can become a problem if you are in it, but you are out of it. You see, if you are out of the crowd, you can see the crowd. Any amount of crowd, any amount of war, anything you can see if you are a witness, isn't it? So the state you achieve is that of a witness. It cannot touch you. But you see it.
Well, for instance, you would know all the murders that are being planned, you know, and
No, that may not. But what you would know is not these things. What you would know that how far is the other seeker is and how to give him realization. Murders and all these problems are to be solved from within, not in without. See, all these problems are there because they're problems within. If the within is cleared out, then the without problems get solved. Now, another thing as your question is that supposing I can feel this gentleman and this lady and this, so it can become a problem. No, I become like a witness. I see the problem of this gentleman and also I know how to cure that problem or to solve that problem. I can do it without getting involved into it at all. So there's no problem. For a person who is just a witness, what is the problem? All right? May God bless you.
Would you imply that all the gurus that come to the United States are phonies?
I wouldn't say all, because I sent one fellow who is a real one. He ran away within 3 days. So I must give due respect to him, isn't it? He was one of them. He stayed in New York for 3 days and he ran away and he said, Mother, whatever you may do, for 12 years I'm not going to get out of my place. He just refused to come in. So I wouldn't say all, but most of them. And now don't ask their names.
No, but there are gurus that form, let's say, organizations or institutes, and really they do not, the monies that come in, they do not have the money, but they give it to, you know, the betterment of the institute.
You see,
or
the thing is, in spiritual life, there is no interest in money. Like taking money from someone and giving to someone, an agency like this is not the work of a spiritual person. Even the so-called missionary work is not the work of a spiritual person. For example, for me, if you are the part and parcel of me, if I'm curing you, I'm curing myself. There's not the other. If there is no feeling of the other, then what is the social work you're doing? It is really social work. It is nothing to do with God. Those who combine social work with God are very wrong. Like missionaries, you see. They thought we are doing missionary work. This is what? They are just doctors or they are doing all social work. These are ills that are brought in by human beings. These are your problems, you solve them. God has not done all these things. So why bring God in between? You see, God's work is different. God's work is living work by which you get your realization, by which you, of course, cure others, no doubt, automatically. You just don't give any medicines or anything, just touch a person can be cured. Yes?
I can infer from what you're saying that any person, such as yourself or...
such as yourself too.
Okay, such as yourself and any honest gurus that there may be, would be able to give freely of their knowledge.
Of course. Did you know?
Because they have the wherewithal to go around the world, as you're doing.
Yeah?
And without it, they could not do that.
Who could not do that?
They mean the money. He means that you have to, he's saying that you have to have the money then to be a proper guru so that you don't...
That's all right. I mean, you pay, if supposing, say, you want to pay, say, for my traveling. I mean, I must say my husband is very generous, but doesn't matter. Supposing, I mean, he could not have paid for me and I had to travel. All right, you pay to the travel agency, not to me. To you. That's for traveling, but not for realization. Not for any course. Now make a difference between the two. That's a difference. If you have to pay at all to a person who is that much handicapped about money, all right, you pay to that person is good. Because after all, you must pay for your person who is coming to give a realization is all right. But you do not pay for the maintenance of that person. But here no question of maintenance. They have got huge big aeroplanes and runaways, and they have got one gentleman has got already 59 Rolls Royces, 58 he had. And he wrote that if you give me the 59, then only I'll come to UK. And poor people starved themselves to give him the 59, and so he was there. He's still 14 years, I think. So this is not. You cannot maintain that person. Also, if there's a guru who is old and who is your father, you can give him food. At the most he will take food from you. He'll live there, but he'll not thrive on you. That's not the style and pattern. That's not the tradition at all. Of course, I mean, you would not like, supposing my husband gives me up, then you'll all look after me, isn't it? That's different. That's different. That's out of love. But not that you pay for my diamonds and for Rolls Royces. Yeah.
I don't mean to be impertinent. Is your husband realized?
That's a different personal question. All right? He's better he's not in the game, because you'll say we have floated an enterprise. Better keep him out and all my family.
Could you say something about overcoming hindrances caused in past lives?
What life? Last life?
In past lives. How to overcome the obstacles created by past lives?
You see, once the Kundalini rises, you go above that. See? So all these individual problems get solved. It's like you are in the water first. You're afraid of all the waves, all kinds of waves that come on you. But if you can somehow or other get into the boat, you can enjoy the waves. It's like that. That's how you get out of it. Yes, please.
Once you've experienced realization, how does one maintain it, or does one maintain it?
That's a question. It's true. That's very important. And for that, luckily, we have people here. We have sent somebody from London. Imagine now you are importing people from London again. But now I would like to import some Americans to help the English there. We have sent some people. They started a center here. We have a center. And you'll be amazed. This one person who came here cured a leukemia patient in one of your hospitals, was just declared to be died within 8 days' time, certified. And this person has gone back to India. So we have a center here, and we have some people who are very great Sahajogis, luckily. They will help you, and you can become very great Sahajogis yourself. No problem. All right?
But can you do it on your own?
Yourself. It is a collective happening. You have to come together. It's a collective happening. You just cannot, it's not individualistic, again I said it. You have to come together, you have to meet. If you don't meet, then it doesn't grow so much. You see, it is not for individual gain. You see, God has common sense, one must understand. He is not devoid of common sense. The lights, which are not going to work out, to give lights, why should He repair? Will you do that? Will you waste your energy on a light which is not going to give the light? Will you do that? When He is the source of all the common sense, why will you do it? So it's not for individual gain. It is for the gain of the collective, because the time has come, the collective time, the blossom time. The whole world has to get it. If you have to save this creation, it has to happen to all of you in a collective way. All right?
I have a question, again, a very basic question, again from ignorance. What prevents us from being realized?
Again, ignorance?
Yeah, my ignorance.
No, this is, what prevents you is ignorance.
Oh.
All right? You have answered yourself. Nothing can prevent you. Actually, I have not seen it can prevent anyone. If you ask for it, it's your own. Now, We are wasting time, but all right, let's have it. One more question and one more. That's all. Then 3. Now you said you have no questions, so now let's have it then. Huh? Now, even now, because you see, we'll be wasting time like this, and it's important, isn't it? I'm here for a short time. All right? We must have civil ways of dealing with certain things, like there are other people who are just asking for realization. If there's something important you have to say, it's all right. Is there something important?
Well, just my experiences, and I'd just like to...
No, that you don't worry. Because what I'm saying, whatever are your experiences are of no value, because the thing is, we have to see to the experiences of everyone. All right? So it's all right. We'll talk about it later on. I'll meet you privately for that. All right? Or you can write to me. We can individually meet. It's a very, Sahaja Yoga is a very intimate thing. I know each and every Sahaja Yogi. You'll be amazed. There are thousands. There are ways and methods of knowing them and keeping contact with them. It's love. It's the attention. It's surprising. All right? So we'll discuss it later on. Whatever are your personal problems, we'll discuss. All right. Could we now go further, or you want to ask some very important question, my child? All right. What is it?
Could realization be when you consistently dream what someone is going to do before you die?
What's it?
She wants to know if realization, if it's a sign of realization that you dream about something that's going to happen before it happens. So you dream what a person is going to do before they do it on a consistent basis, over and over.
So what does she want to know?
She wants to know if that's related to realization.
I still didn't understand.
She wants to know if when she has dreams about a person doing something and then it happens, right? She dreams it and then it happens. And she wants to know if that's related to realization.
It means that you are a deep person, in a way, where you dream what is going to happen, but you are futuristic. That's the sign, is that temperamentally you are futuristic, and that if you dream about what is going to happen is, of course, shows that you are a deep personality, but doesn't mean you are realized. All right? So let's go ahead with it. Now, what do we do? Simple things. First of all, we have to take out our shoes, because the Mother Earth will help us. No, socks are all right. I mean...
We have the microphone turned on. It seems you're talking into the microphone, but I don't believe it's on.
You think it's not good? This is not working all right?
I don't think it's working at all. It's for recording, it's not for...
It is for recording now, so we stop it.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. There's no. Oh, I see.
I can't hear it.
Without any connection, again I said. Now, if you have anything tight around your waist or around your neck sometimes, a little bit loosen it, a better thing would be to loosen it, physically also. And if you are feeling very warm or uncomfortable, you can little bit get out of your jacket if you want to. So, whatever you want. Spectacles also, if you want to take out, is all right. As long as you are human beings, you will get realization. You don't need anything more than that. Now you have to put your hands straight, just like this towards me. And you have to close your eyes. Just close your eyes.
Do they have to be up in the air, or do they just be on your lap?
Pardon?
Do they have
Yes,
to be
you can rest them on your knees, that's fine.
All right. Because when the Kundalini rises, I ask you to close your eyes. See, it is against hypnosis. Hypnosis is done through the eyes. Because Agya Chakra is turned out. Now you have to keep your eyes shut. Because when Kundalini touches the Agya, there is a dilatation of the pupil. And if the eyes are open, it won't come up. So please keep your eyes shut. Keep your both hands stretched towards me, as I told you. Stretched. Now, both the feet should touch the Mother Earth properly. And be comfortable. You should not be tense about it. Just be comfortable. Be comfortable. Put both the hands towards me, stretch them, and please keep your eyes shut. Now at the very outset, as I said, you tell yourself very confidently in your heart, can say a sentence, Mother, I am not guilty. Say it 3 times. Now the left hand, as I told you, the left side is the side of your desire. So you keep constantly left hand towards me. Put your hands very comfortably on your lap if you want. Absolutely comfortably, makes no difference. But should not face each other, should be towards me. Keep the left hand steady on the left thigh. Now the right hand is to be used for the action, which is very simple, is to put the right hand now, if you have said yourself that I am not guilty, on your heart, on the left hand side. And now ask a question. Put your hand on your heart, on the left hand side. And within yourself, ask a question, Mother, am I the spirit? Just ask a question. Very sincerely, you ask the question, Mother, am I the spirit? Ask these questions twice. Now put your right hand down below on the stomach, on the left hand side. This is just to remove some of the conditioning. On the left hand side, you put down on your stomach, your right hand. And ask another question, Mother, am I my own master? Am I my own guru? You're again feeling guilty, that's a bad thing.
Is it advisable to leave if you still feel guilty? Is it?
What did you say?
I would say if you still feel guilty, if you still feel guilty, instead of.
You're feeling guilty?
Yes.
Now you stop that. I'm talking about the ocean of love, ocean of forgiveness, ocean of compassion. What gift can you have? Before that ocean, you have no idea as to what God is. You have no business to feel guilty and stop your evolution when God has taken so much care for thousands of years to make you a human being. And are you going to stop his work by feeling guilty? This is the worst thing that you can do to him, is to feel guilty about what? He is love. He is compassion. Ocean. Ocean of all the oceans he is. Believe me. How can you feel guilty? Now put this hand. If you have asked 10 times, Mother, am I my master? I'll tell you why 10 times later on. But just ask a question. Mother, am I my master? Am I my guru? Is to awaken the principle of guru within you. Now, 10 times. Don't be defiant. You are your guru. So don't be defiant. Ask the question. You are your guru. Now raise this hand again to the heart. And now say 12 times, Mother, I am the Spirit, with confidence. No diffidence, no guilt, nothing, without any guilt. Mother, I am the Spirit. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel deficient. Forget about the past. Now, put your full confidence into the faith that you are the Spirit. Those who do not respect themselves and believe in them, how can God have faith in them? Now put this hand on your neck, on the left hand side again. There's the center there. On the neck, on the left hand side, put the same right hand. Here now, as a punishment, just say 16 times, Mother, I am not guilty. For all those who feel guilty should say 32 times, I think. 16 times. Terrible there. That's how you get spondylitis, I think. Press it hard. Now raise your hand on top of your head. Just put it there. Just put it on top of your head. Rest it there. Now at this point, I must confess that I cannot cross your freedom. You have to ask for realization. You have to say, Mother, I want realization. Please give me realization, otherwise I cannot push. Say it 7 times. It's your right to have it, but you have to ask for it. Now you can raise your hand and see if there's a cool breeze coming in. When you have said it several times. I think better take out your caps and hats, otherwise you won't feel it. It's better to take out. Alright? Better. See if there's a cool breeze. On your head, on top of your head. If your hand is tired, you can put your right hand towards me and left hand there. Some of you might be feeling in the hand already, if not in the head. Put the hand parallel to the head to feel it, if it is coming. You can change over for hands. See for yourself. You got it?
Yes.
Yes?
So strong.
Got it? Very strong. Some people can feel it as a game. It will work out one by one. Don't get disappointed. Everybody doesn't get it simultaneously. You see, one by one, the flowers become the fruit. All right? Seeing your hands might be, you might start seeing it. Right. It's working out. Got it. Those who haven't got it or got it makes no difference. Everybody is going to get it. Now open your eyes if you want to. Please put your hands towards me like this. Now, some of you, I'll be feeling it on the left hand or on the right hand, depending on the problem within you. So, if somebody is feeling, say, on the left hand side, not on the right hand side, then you put the right hand towards me and the left hand on the stomach. You'll start feeling in the hands gradually. If you are feeling on the left hand side and not on the right hand side, then you put left hand towards me and right hand on the heart. But you must learn also how to raise your own Kundalini and how to give yourself the balance. Supposing you are getting vibrations on the left hand side, not on the right hand side, then how to give the balance to the right hand side? What you have to do is to put the right hand towards me and raise your right hand like this and put the left hand down. For the people who are very emotional type, this would be the problem. For the people who are emotional. Now those people are futuristic and think of the future, the other is the problem. They have to give the balance by putting left hand towards me and right hand down. This is how they give the balance, by putting it 3 times. Because it has started flowing in their hands. All of you, it has started in a way. But some of you are feeling, some of you are not feeling. Why? Because some of you have got this center very weak. And when this center is weak, because of guilt, one, because of over-aggressiveness, too much talking, or cold, or anything like that, you might get the right side. When this center is weak or oppressing, then you don't feel it. But makes no difference. It can be both. You feeling in the hand also? So, you feel it?
Okay.
Yeah. What about you? Yeah? Are you? Not yet. All right. There are some surgeries we see. Now, how to raise your own Kundalini? Let us try that. That will help each one of us. Now, you put your left hand there. Just hold. Now, the right hand is to be used. How do you use the right hand? Take it round, like this. The way I am doing it, you see? First in higher, then in front, then lower, then backwards, like this. Go on moving it till you bring it to your head. Put it up as much as you can and turn it down fast. And now give it a knot like that. Bring it down. This is raise which is already awakened, spontaneous. Again. No, right hand. Move the right hand. Like this. Left hand is to be taken straight on the right hand. Now you put it up again and give another twist. And again, a knot. Now, third time you have to give 3 knots. Raise it again. Right hand, move the left hand. Higher, 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 onto the head. Now turn it fast. Once, again turn it, 2, and 3. Now see the hands. Better? All right?
Yes.
Feeling it now? Those who are not feeling it, raise your hands. Good. All right, now keep your hands there. Please. Can you, please, honestly?
I'm not sure what I'm feeling. I'm feeling a vibration.
It's a breeze like.
It's a breeze. Cool
It's a breeze. Cool breeze. Ask the question, is this the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost? Ask the question. That will also give you a question. Ask just a question. Is this the all-pervading power of God? Can you see these two gentlemen? Can somebody, Sergio, please come here beside you? These people. Please keep your hands raised who have not felt. All right, so they will attend. All right? Are you all right? No, I can see that. Yes, just see him also. Don't worry about the past. It's nothing important. Put him right to the left, this gentleman. Stop. You see him. Steve, you can see this gentleman. You too? Yes, this gentleman. Yeah. Come along and come and help them. There. These 2 persons and this. Now see, they are realized. What? You are a realized one. Come along now, get up and help me. Come along, teach him how to do it. Come along. You got it last time, what did you do all the time?
I think I have a slight fever tonight, and that's why I'm not feeling cool.
Well, if you work with it, you'll feel it.
If you start working, you
Dan, let's go.
come along. This gentleman you will very come along, you teach him. Come along. Next moment you start. Yes, you become that. Just start. You see that. This gentleman is another very good person. Take him. All right, come along. Just help. Now, who will take charge of these people? Get him. Christy, get him. Now, ask this gentleman. Gustav, got it?
You felt it before, huh?
Huh?
My hand.
Very hot.
On my hand.
All right, doesn't matter. Liver. All right.
Not hot.
Forgive. Forgive. If you are feeling hot, you must say, I forgive everyone. Are you all right? You feel complete? This lady? Good? Left to the right. I forgive everyone. Mother, I forgive everyone. Mother, I forgive. How are you getting it? Good. All right? Just about. No. still worrying about that.
No, it's coming.
Yes, it's there. Yes, I know that. I know when you get it and when you don't.